2.5 years ago, I had a beautiful, healthy 5.5-month-old, and he was having some breathing problems, and we had to have him on a nebulizer a couple times, and they decided to send him to the local ER just to check him out. And I'm gonna cry a lot because it just feels like it was yesterday, even though it's been a while. So we were airlifted 2-3 hours later down to Children's Hospital, and immediately everything just got better. The second we got down to Children's and they started telling us we know what it is and we know that we can fix it. They didn't just take care of Ian, they actually took care of us. They always were available to answer our questions. We went from thinking we were going to lose our child to knowing that he had a long road ahead of him and that he needed to get well before they could operate, but that once they did, we would have our baby back.
My name is Jessica, and I have spina bifida. Spina bifida means when I was in my mommy's stomach, my spinal cord on my back wasn't completely formed. The doctors helped me by giving me surgery, and I'm just grateful for that because when I was little, they said I couldn't walk.
And she did actually walk. They also told us to put her either in ballet or kung fu to help her with her balance. With kung fu, at this point at age 9, she's a green belt.
My wife and I got pregnant. We went to have the sonogram done, and we found out we were going to have a little boy. And it was at that appointment that the radiologist told us that it looked like part of the back of his brain was missing, and that we needed to go see a special obstetrician. After a sleepless night, we went for more tests, and then they referred us to Children's Hospital. I remember Ryan being lifted out from Andrea and not making a sound, and being automatically handed off to a bunch of nurses and doctors. And you see just this little person that's not quite a foot long, and he's 1 pound, 15 ounces, and he's got IVs in every limb, and they're trying with all their might to help him out, and they did a hell of a job. The great thing about Children's was that not only did they treat Ryan as an individual, but they treat us as a family. The doctors would pull up a chair with you in the middle of the night when you're watching your child on a ventilator and just with every breath hoping he'll be okay. He's doing great today. He's doing great.
I was playing linebacker for my 75-pound football team. And as the running back was running, I turned around to tackle him, and his foot went under my rib. My dad just asked me, do we need to go to the hospital? And then I told him, yeah, because I didn't know what was going on, and it was hurting a lot.
At first they thought maybe it was a cracked rib. And then they thought, well, no, maybe it was the spleen. And that's when I started to get very worried. They came up to us and they said, we need to operate on him. His pancreas is severed. It was really difficult to see him rendered so helpless and to be in such pain when he had just days before been such a robust, active boy. I will never forget one of his ICU nurses. She cared for him with such tenderness. And it was something that I could not do because I didn't have the expertise. And it was like she channeled my emotion into her care of him. And I will always be grateful.
She's a normal 4-year-old. She loves chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese. She wants to be a princess and Tinkerbell. She finger paints in her ketchup. It is just such a miracle because 20 years ago, this would probably not have happened. And she would probably die. This hospital not only helped Olivia, but helped our entire family to make it through that. And that says a lot about an institution where they're not just caring for the child per se, they're caring for the family because children don't go to the hospital by themselves.
We're lucky to live in a region with the proximity that we have to the Children's National Medical Center. They're never willing to quit fighting.
From the very day that we had to go in there, we really realized what a treasure we had at Children's.
I would do anything to support this hospital because they've just given so much to my daughter. They've done a wonderful thing for us.
I know that if we didn't live here and had access to Children's, that I wouldn't have my son now.
Children's is there to treat any child in any situation, in any condition, in any injury. A child who needs help can find it at Children's.